Auto lenders. They are absolutely transparent about absolutely everything. As New Jersey's #1 pre-owned car dealership for more than 10 years, Auto Lenders places every car through an intense 110-point inspection to ensure it's in like-new condition and lets customers know exactly where their vehicles are sourced from. Auto Lenders gives you the highest quality vehicles, unlike their competitors. And all this transparency helps Auto Lenders make sure you leave with a better car. For more information, call 888-305-5968 or visit www.autolenders.com. Keep My Office Clean is an emerging leader in providing office cleaning solutions in Morris County and its surrounding area. If you own, rent, or manage corporate space, then you understand that keeping the private and common areas clean and well-maintained helps create a pleasant and productive environment. Keep My Office Clean is one of New Jersey's top emerging cleaning companies, specializing in providing a wide range of services for your office space, including recurrent cleaning, carpet cleaning, floor waxing, power washing, and more. For more information, call 862-263-0626 or visit www.keepmyofficeclean.com.
You are listening to the New Jersey Business Podcast with your friend, host, all-around good guy, Paul Valverde. Now, on to the show.
What's shaking, New Jersey? Welcome to another episode of the New Jersey Business Podcast. Today, as special guest, we have Nicole Mara. Nicole is the owner of Garden State Wedding Planner. Nicole, thank you very much for accepting my invitation to be a guest on the show. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
I'm glad that you're excited. I'm very excited as well. You know, weddings is something that is a big deal in people's lives. So this is something is a very exciting topic for many. Some people find it to be stressful because they don't have the right guide or perhaps the right planner, but you have a solution to that problem, which I think is pretty awesome. Nicole, will you please share with our audience about yourself, just anything that you want to share with everyone?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm from New Jersey originally. I've lived all over the state. I'm a hardcore Jersey girl. My experience in the field has been mostly teaching, which led me to a product development position in an educational company, which led me now to developing products, but this time towards my passion, which is wedding planning. So I'm excited to show you and tell you more about the product I'm coming up with. I think it's going to be a really cool, unique way for brides to plan their weddings in Jersey.
You know what? I agree with that wholeheartedly. I talk to people who are going through their planning process sometimes, and they say how difficult it is because sometimes they're not looking to hire a wedding planner. And what they lack is the guidance to take them through the necessary steps of planning. Now, sometimes they will find checklists, but they don't find something that is specific to their area. So I love the fact that you focus in New Jersey, your home state, the Garden State. I think that is so cool. Will you please walk us through what was your wedding planning experience and how the idea came about of coming up with a wedding planner?
Absolutely. So in October, I got married last October, and I actually did not have a wedding planner. I did it myself. My parents helped a bunch. They're actually wedding DJs or, DJs for all different types of things. So I had a little bit of assistance with them, but really I just loved doing it myself because I already had a lot of information on venues across the state, thanks to my parents, and also, through events throughout the years. And what I found was most challenging for me was finding vendors because there are so many. So when you go on Facebook and you comment in a wedding group and say, I need a photographer, you get like 50 responses and you're like, well, how do I know which one is the best or which one is going to work with me or that I feel is really there for me, not so much to just, make money. And so what I did was I took that challenge and created a wedding planning book that not only has the wedding planning pages that you need, the seating chart and the budgeting and the prioritizing and all that, but also has vendor promotions from, actually I have 7 different categories, photo, video, music, entertainment, beauty, and so on. And what I did was I had vendors from New Jersey give me different promotions for the bride. So for example,
Cool.
you might find 10% off when you book this package, or free favor tags when you order these favors from us. And that way it gives the brides a little bit of a push towards a business, and they feel like the business really wants them, instead of it being just kind of like signing up because they said they're good.
Yeah,
They create like a relationship with them also through the
and
connect.
I could see how the value of getting this wedding planner, the Garden State wedding planner, just like triple, because if not more, because not only are you getting valuable information in terms of how to plan your wedding, the checklist, the budgeting, the prioritizing, etc., you're getting also somebody who's already went through the hard work of filtering what are good vendors or better vendors. But in addition to that, you're getting coupons of discount. So you're making a purchase that is worth perhaps, I don't know, 15, 10 times the amount. I mean, I'm sure you could do the math, but that is an awesome deal. That is a great business idea. I am certain that with the launching of your wedding planner, the Garden State wedding planner, you're not gonna have any issues whatsoever. I could see a ton of people just reaching out to you and looking to be a part of that, looking to get that resource. I'm very interested in knowing what was the process like. I'm thank you for sharing with us like how you identified the need, but I'm interested in knowing what was the process, the creation process, the vetting process, the filtering process. Will you please share with us about that?
Absolutely. So I was very fortunate that I worked for the educational company that I worked for, because in that I had made really good relationships with a lot of people there. So one of my friends that I met there is now the illustrator of the planner. Another friend I met there is the editor of the planner. And so it's really nice. I have their support, and I also kind of know the flow of what it takes to create a product.
Right.
And so basically, what I did was I started with brainstorming the concept. So I knew I wanted to get into the wedding business. I had no doubt in my mind. I grew up watching all the shows. I just knew it was my passion, but how do I get in there? I had those thoughts. How do I get in there without doing something someone already does?
Right.
And that led me to the idea. So once I got the brainstorming down, then I went and I did all the research. So in the planner, I'm pretty sure just about every single vendor that has ratings online has 4 or more stars on Google and Facebook. That was something I did as I, chose them. No, so that was, of course, 5 months ago. So I can't 100% guarantee, but it's very likely there's still at least 4 or 5 stars. And so once I got all of them, I reached out. I sent them my wedding planner sample. So my friend who's the illustrator, she created a sample book. I sent it to them so that they knew it was a real business, not just some kind of spam email. And I got them excited when they saw the real, the concept in person, on their computers. They were like, "Wow, this is actually a pretty legitimate, product being developed." So once we got to that point, I started to get, I'm thinking in my head, well, maybe I can get about 40, 50 vendors to be in it. And all of a sudden I'm at like 100 vendors, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and they're still coming in. So
Wow.
I had to kind of put a stop to it. My goal was 100. I didn't think I'd get there. It ended up being closer to 120. So we do have a nice, good chunk of vendors in the book. So once I got that far, I had a lot of the vendors create their own promotions for me, or I created it for them. They had the option, however they wanted to do it. They sent them to me, and then I had them fill out a Google form with all their information. So, in the planner, I actually have not only the promotion, but I also have all their information right there for you. Their name, their email, their phone number, all their social media handles or websites, and so on. And then I have also information on what parts of the state they service. So I was able to grab all the information you would need, that instead of going online and searching each one separately, you're now just breezing through a book or a planner that has all the information right there for you. So I got all that information. I had my graphic designer, illustrator, design the book with those all in them. And when I actually live in Morristown right now, I'm moving, but in Morristown, I found a printer. We talked through kind of my options, the sizing, the paper thickness, and so on. I had all the work edited, and, I'm at the point now where I'm ready to print. I'm just waiting for the last pages to be edited, and we'll be going to the printer shortly. So yeah, super exciting. It's quite a long process. There's a lot of thinking that goes into each step, a lot of editing, because not only are they editing my work, but also the editor's also editing the vendor promotions.
Right.
It's a ton of work. So I thought this would be like 3 months till we're ready. It's probably about 5 months, because the book just kept growing and growing. So that was that was a little more wordy than you probably wanted, but you
No,
get
that's great.
process. Yeah.
That's great. And I actually want to highlight some of the things that you said. I mean, our audience for predominantly are business owners, people interested in the topic of business, right? Obviously, these are people who also get married, who have family who get married. So the product that you're offering is interested to all of our audience because it's applicable to them. But some of the things that you mentioned about your process, I want to highlight to make sure our audience picked up on that. Something that I constantly say is it's not the how, it's the who. Oftentimes, as entrepreneurs or business owners, we think that we need to learn every skill. Like, oh my God, I need a logo. I need to become a graphic designer now. Oh my God, I need a website. I need to become a website developer now, right? That's not what you did. You did the smart thing. I need a graphic designer. I'm not going to become a graphic designer and learn how. Is the who. Who do I know who's a graphic designer that can work for me? So you did the right thing. You went and found a graphic designer. I need an editor. Like, you could have said, I'm gonna edit my own work because now I need to learn how to be an editor. No, you went and found a specialist on that field and said, it's not the how, it's the who. Let me go find an editor. I need a printer. I'm not gonna do a homemade printer and try to save a couple bucks. I'm gonna provide quality work, right? So I want to make sure I highlight that it's not the how, it's the who, folks. Nicole did the right thing in her process of developing her product and in creating her business. Another thing that was very interesting to me in terms of what you were sharing is you said, I set myself a goal of 100 and I didn't even think that I was going to reach it, and I'm at 120. So I remember many years ago, someone said to me, hey, listen, Paul, no expectations, no disappointments. And I thought that was good advice at the time. I was like, man, that's true. I don't want to be disappointed. And then I realized that was a mediocre way of thinking. Like, no expectations, no disappointment. No, high expectations. And then you put effort into trying to reach those goals. And you know what? You might surprise yourself and exceed those goals. And that's exactly what you did, Nicole. Listen, I admire that. And I wanted to highlight that to make sure our audience are picking up on those good things, good practices that you went through in the process of creating your product. I love the fact also that you share that initially you anticipated perhaps 3 months and ended up being like 6 months. It happens, right? It happens in business. We need to be flexible. We need to be adaptable. Oftentimes, we plan and we have this plan that looks great and we believe things are going to happen that way, but sometimes they don't. And as opposed to growing discouraged and throwing the towel, what we do is we adapt and now we create a new plan. Being successful in business is about making decisions. The quicker we make decisions, the better decisions we make, the faster we find success. And adaptability is making decisions. This is not working. This is gonna take longer, so I need to change my plan. I need to do this. I need to do that. So, hey, listen, I want to commend you for doing what you've done in the process of creating your product. I'm really happy that you're sharing that. Our audience is benefiting from that information as well from the value that you're bringing through your product. Let me ask you a question, Nicole. When you were in the process of identifying the problem to solve, how do you visualize your clientele? Like, do you have in mind like a client avatar, like who my ideal client is? What person will benefit from this? Can you share a little bit about that, please?
Sure. So you're saying like who would purchase?
Yes.
Yeah. So in my experience, planning my wedding, I joined a lot of groups and things, and all I saw was like negative, wedding planning drama and complaining, and everything was just miserable. And I felt like, I want to change the mindset of these brides. And honestly, it's like any bride in New Jersey. I want to change that mindset, because it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be negative. It's just, you need to remind yourself that, this is one day to celebrate something super important in your life. It's not about the party. You're getting married. You're spending your life with your soulmate. And I think it's really just any bride. I mean, I pictured all different types of brides, from, the budget bride to the over the top bride. And that was kind of how I chose the vendors, because honestly, I have vendors that are the lowest price I've seen to some of the highest. And that was my goal. I don't want, this isn't a budget bride book. This is everyone in New Jersey that's getting married book. Right. So, I guess I'd have to say, like, all brides in New Jersey, really.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Certain, a certain category of that. I wanted to be all of them.
Yeah. And also being a little more specific, just coming out of taking from what you just said, is the bride who wants to enjoy their wedding planning process, right? It doesn't have to be a stressful thing. I wouldn't be surprised if wedding planners, event planners, pick up your product, pick up the Garden State Wedding Planner as well, because it's going to be a resource to them. I mean, there's going to be savings in there. There's going to be a lot of things going on. So maybe some additional clientele that will be reaching out to you. That is so awesome. Please tell us about the launching of your product. Tell us about how people can get in touch with you, how they can get a hold of the Garden State Wedding Planner.
Absolutely. So the number one way to kind of follow my journey right now is through Instagram, Garden State Wedding Planner. There are underscores in between each word. Or you can always reach out to me through my email, which is gardenstateweddingplanner@gmail.com. I'm happy to kind of guide you, in any way you need. I'm happy to talk through what the wedding planner is like. Anything you need, I'm here for you. Just excited to start this journey. Hoping that we'll go into production in the next couple of days and hopefully launch by the end of August. And I'm setting up my website right now. So I'll have, as you follow my Instagram, you'll see kind of how you can purchase the wedding planner, or if you're not interested in purchasing, how you can find value through my social media. I'll be providing tons of content. Right now, I've been going around the state and taking videos of different venues, places you can take photos for your wedding, things like that, just because I want to help brides out there. I want to make this easier for you.
Folks, if you're listening or watching this, I want you to pull out your phone, go to Instagram, go to garden_state_wedding_planner and hit the follow button. Make sure you follow, make sure you share as well the profile with anyone that you know that may be engaged, that may be planning a wedding, or that you think may be interested in that topic. It's important that as business people who are from New Jersey, we support each other. And this is a great way of doing that. So please, by all means, I ask you to support Garden State Wedding Planner, support Nicole. She has a really cool product that I'm excited about. And we're going to be listing all of her information in the show description, so you can find it there. And if you're driving, don't do that while you're driving, right? You can find it in the show notes, and we're also going to be tagging her in all our social media so that you can follow her. Nicole, any closing words, anything that you want to share with our audience before we end our time together?
Yeah, actually, I have two things. I will be doing trade shows over the course of the next couple of months. I'll be doing 2 in October, 1 in November, and 1 in January, all through Planet Expos. So, again, if you're following me, I'll be posting all of that. If you'd like to come see the planner in person or meet me, that'd be awesome. The other piece of information I wanted to share is a portion of our profits will be going to the Angel Gowns Project. And this is a company that takes wedding dresses and monetary donations and support families who've lost a baby, but by providing them with an angel gown. And it also creates a lot of jobs for women out there who are the seamstresses out in Guatemala. There's also a program in the USA. So just love this cause. I think it's really something a lot of people go through that we don't really talk about too much. And I'm excited. I hope I get to support them as much as I'm planning to. So just wanted to put that information out there. Also, you can just donate a dress there also if you're not, through me. So
that I thank you for sharing that. I think that is extremely important. That goes hand in hand with our core values about helping out. Giving is a huge part of helping out. So I appreciate you sharing that with our audience as well. Folks, there you have it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until the next one.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, go to NewJerseyBusinessPodcast.com. That's NewJerseyBusinessPodcast.com. We can't wait to hear from you and your business. You can also visit our website to learn about sponsorship opportunities and how to qualify for a complimentary gift. Thanks again for listening to the New Jersey Business Podcast.
Auto lenders. They are absolutely transparent about absolutely everything. As New Jersey's #1 pre-owned car dealership for more than 10 years, Auto Lenders places every car through an intense 110-point inspection to ensure it's in like-new condition and lets customers know exactly where their vehicles are sourced from. Auto Lenders gives you the highest quality vehicles, unlike their competitors. And all this transparency helps Auto Lenders make sure you leave with a better car. For more information, call 888-305-5968 or visit www.autolenders.com. Keep My Office Clean is an emerging leader in providing office cleaning solutions in Morris County and its surrounding area. If you own, rent, or manage corporate space, then you understand that keeping the private and common areas clean and well-maintained helps create a pleasant and productive environment. Keep My Office Clean is one of New Jersey's top emerging cleaning companies, specializing in providing a wide range of services for your office space, including recurrent cleaning, carpet cleaning, floor waxing, power washing, and more. For more information, call 862-263-0626 or visit www.keepmyofficeclean.com.